Hi, Dennis here. We're getting ready to, the video you're getting ready to watch is me, we call it transition from two-handed riding to one-handed riding, and the transition from a snaffle to a shank bit. And to me, it doesn't matter a whole lot what I put in their mouth. It's how I set on them, how I use my body that makes everything work. And I think you might find it interesting if you'll just stand up and let your eyesight be tied to the front of your body. And when you look to the right, let your shoulders move to the right. Let your whole body move, and you're going to feel a shift in your legs. You're going to feel a shift in your seat bones. That's the real communication that's taking place when we sit and we look straight, we look left, and that's what the horses are listening to. That feel is why they're doing what they're doing. Now, yes, there are going to be times when they're going to not understand and they're going to pull on a bridle rein or, you know, in that resistance. It's what you do at that moment that makes the difference. So that's what this video is about. It's a step-by-step how I'm using my seat, how I'm using my legs, how I'm using the reins in the transition from the snaffle to a shank bit. And there's so many different theories on how to make this transition. Some people make it a great big long drawn out ordeal, and that's okay. There's always more than one way to get to an end result. This is a way that I have found over the years that works best for me, and I believe it makes the most sense to the horses. Because you think about it, if you ride two-handed for a year and you pull on the right bridle rein to go right and the left bridle rein to go left, and then one day you go out there and you put the reins in one hand and you pull to the right, the first bridle rein the horse is going to feel is the left one. Well, that one has been telling him to go left for a year, so now it seems like you're lying to him. You want to go right, but you've just told him to go left, so now we've got confusion. So before you get your horses programmed to only go left from a left rein and right from a right rein, why not go ahead and put a bridle on and be real gentle. See how little it takes. Don't pull on it very hard, and let that horse feel your body. Let him feel the communication, and see how easy you can get a horse to guide. Move those shoulders left when you want to go left, straight when you want to go straight, right when you want to go right. It's a body control exercise that produces practical results and leads to a real fun ride where you can just sit up there real quietly and move, and the horse goes over here. You know, they just learn to communicate without all that resistance. So that's what this video is about. It's a step-by-step how-to. I think you're really going to enjoy it. All right, Dennis here at Cappel Training and Shoeing. Today we're three of us riding around in here, and we're just having a normal day of riding basically, but we're all on horses that are in training, and they're at various stages, and there's a whole lot going on out here. The one I'm on is just transitioning out of the snaffle into a leverage type bit, so there's a little different feel going on in her face, and what she had been doing when I made this transition was wanting to push with her nose instead of staying soft. So I'm gonna just ride her around here, and I'm gonna tell you when she's pushing on me and what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and watch and see her response to me as I'm riding. Right now I'm sitting here doing nothing. She's doing exactly what I want her to do, is sit here and do nothing. This is as important to me as anything, is having this ability to stand still. You know, if they won't stand still, we would address that. But because she is standing still, it's an opportunity for me to sort of move around up here and let her be. Now, when I'm getting ready to go forward here right now with a horse, you know, that any horse, but I want to go forward. The first thing that I want the horse to feel is my body and my legs tell her to go forward before I touch the mouth. If I touch the mouth first and then use my legs, it should mean go backwards like that. So I've got to be mindful of what I tell them to do. You know, if I've taken hold of her face and I maybe didn't realize it, and I used my legs and she started going backwards, even though it might not have been what I wanted, I got to realize that I told her to go backwards. So, you know, that's the thing about a horse. They'll always do what we tell them to do. It maybe isn't what we want them to do sometimes, but we've told them to do something we weren't aware of. So I'm going to ask her to go forward here now. And I've got her on a pretty short bridle rein as I'm going around. And I want her to just go forward. Now right there, as I asked her to turn to the left, she took her jaw and she's bracing against my hand right now. See that she's taking the slack out of the bridle rein? I haven't changed. I've met her with the same resistance that she put in there. Now I'm going to overcome that resistance with my legs. And see, I want her to make a step. See, when she looked to the left and she took that left front foot and picked it up and started to set it over, she put slack in the bridle reins. I did not pull harder on her. I didn't make her turn. I just set it up. See, when she felt my legs, the first thing she did was tuck her nose. And the reason that she tucked her nose is because I've got that wall set with my hand. So because I had the wall set with my hand, if she doesn't tuck her nose, she braces up there in her jaw and her neck, it's going to make it more difficult for her to move her feet. So I'm going to ask her to go forward again. You see her tuck her nose a little bit and go forward. I'm going to add a little bit more energy right here from behind with the help of this bridle rein. And I notice that my eyesight is connected to my upper body. Now right there, when I come around, as I was talking about my body, and I'll come back to that, but she over-responded. She went too far to the left. So here's an opportunity now for me to use my left leg to get that shoulder back over to the right just a little bit and have her step forward. So how did I know that she went too far? It's because I've got a mental path that I'm riding on. And that mental path has to be stationary in my mind so that I can recognize when the horse is in my picture and when they're not in my picture. So I'm going to ask her to go forward again, step up. Now, I need a little bit more drive from behind. I need a little bit more body, and as I asked for more drive, she thought I wanted to turn right. So she started arguing with me, and I just waited right there. I said, no, I don't want to go right. Pushing on my hands a little bit, stepping up into that. Now she's right where I want her to be. So she went from, I don't understand, I'm going to try this avenue being the wrong direction. I'm going to try sticking my nose out. I'm going to try not moving my feet. All of those things I met with the same energy. See her pulling to the left. All of those things I'm meeting with the same energy that she's resisting with. And I'm just staying consistent right here. When I want to turn left right there, she was thinking about turning right again. Now up here, she's more than likely going to start thinking about turning left too quickly right there. So I'm ready. I'm ahead of her. And I met her with my left foot right there and kept her out. Now, when I make this turn, now she's going to want to pull to the right. So now she's feeling right leg. Now she's feeling no legs. Now there's no resistance whatsoever. Now she's going straight on. Now I want to come over here. Now she's wanting to turn too quickly, so I'm meeting her right here. So as I go around that circle, I've got that image in my mind of a perfect circle, a symmetrical circle. There's times when she's pushing to the right, times when she's pushing to the left, times when she's pushing on my hands, times when she's right. And they will be consistent, you know, as we go around. If she pushed to the right over there the time before, more than likely this time coming up, she's going to push that way again. So as I start to approach that spot where she already showed me that she was going to avoid it, I'm prepared and ready to meet her right at that spot so that I can help her through. I'm gonna ask her to go forward again. Step right up there. I need a little more forward. That time she came through without pushing on my hands at all. But I still was there with my right foot right there. Just like I'm gonna be here with my left foot. Right. When I say here with my left foot or my right foot, I'm catching her body with that leg, that aid on that side, so that I can be there for her to show her. No, I want you to stay out here, or I want you to come on through. Now notice that I'm setting slightly to the outside. My eyesight is connected to my body, which is what I was starting to talk about earlier. My left shoulder is behind my right one. She's pushing down this way right now, so I need more forward. I need more forward. I need consistency in my hand. And right there, she's right on. She's off of the bridle reins between my legs, coming around through there real nicely. I'm gonna go over here right now. When she makes it through this spot, see there was 3 times right there just behind me where she looked right. She looked right. She pulled on that right bridle and looked off over here. And I recognized it. I caught her. I didn't let her turn right. I just stayed right there. Stayed right there. And when she made this corner and she looked in the direction I wanted her to go, now she's in complete freedom. So anyway, long story short, this is the thought process that I have when I make the transition out of a snaffle into a leverage bit, and I just stay consistent with that. One thing that I didn't mention that I won't do much of, and that is, like, if I ask her to turn off this way and she would look this way, I'm going to refrain from really pulling too much on that inside rein. Why? Because if her resistance gets me to do something different with my feel that I won't be able to do one-handed, I'm training her to require that I ride her two-handed all the time. So they're going to be wrong, you know. So what? Learn how to feel that body. Where do you need to offer a little bit of touch, a little bit of feel to help that horse come through, so that they can step through into freedom, and you can real softly at that moment, relax just a little bit and let that horse feel that release. And boy, look how quiet, I mean, and soft this filly is, and you know, willing. That's what it produces, is a horse with a good work ethic, a willing, responsive attitude. It becomes in a package where you can get them to do anything you want them to do. So anyway, thought you might enjoy that thought process. If you like the content that you're seeing us put out, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I notice that's kind of needs to be a little boost, and that will really help us be able to let more people see these videos, and appreciate your loyal support. Thank you very much.